welcome to the Black and White Sessions. We are so excited today to have the fantastic Jarrett Johnson. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
This is a real honor. This is an incredible series you have here. I appreciate being a part of it.
Well, that's so nice. Thank you for saying that. Well, it is an honor for us to have you here. I have told you for ever now. I wasn't going to say months, but it's been longer than months that I've been saying I would love to have you come and join us. So thank you for making time to come and be a part of what we're doing down here.
Thank you for having me.
And supporting the cause.
Absolutely.
And, you know.
Likes and shares all over the place.
Yes. Well, and you have some good buddies that have been here along the way.
Gosh, yes.
And so we all just love and support one another, huh?
Absolutely.
The best way we can. So I have been shocked this morning, I have to tell you, because I learned something about you that I did not know until I had to look it up myself online. Because of your humility, I did not know that you were a Grammy winner. So he doesn't just walk around saying, "Hi, I'm Jarrett Johnson, a Grammy winner." I can't say it. Can you say it, please?
I've had two grannies. Grandma B. I was very fortunate to be a part of an incredible project with Michael Bublé's Crazy Love record that won Best Adult Contemporary record, and I was able to be a part of that, and had the opportunity to put my name on that project.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So how did it come to be that you got brought into that project, and what was your role in that project?
So I did a lot of work extensively with a group called Naturally 7, and they were on tour with them, with Michael for some years, probably like I think 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And I was working on a song called Relax Max, actually a new rendering of it, where all the instrumentation was going to be done by Naturally 7 and their vocals, and then Michael was going to be kind enough to lend his vocal to the lead. And so one of my first LA experiences was having him come in and into Capitol Records. I've never been there before, and Michael comes in. It's like, "Oh my gosh, who's saying the reference on this?" I'm like, "It was me." He's like, "Dude, that's amazing. I want to sound just like it." I'm like, "Sorry, you're Michael Bublé. You're gonna be fine sounding like Michael Bublé." But it was one of the most humbling things to be a part of, to be in such an iconic place like Capitol and be able to work with such an incredibly humble and an awesome human being who sounds phenomenal every time he steps to the microphone. So that, and then I got a chance to I think it was maybe a day or so later, Naturally 7 was in with David Foster working on a song called All I Do, and David was actually, it was one of the coolest things ever. I'm in the chair next to David, and he's like, what should we do here? I'm just like, we should do this. He's like, go in there singing with him. I'm just like, all right. So my vocal was actually on the Crazy Love record as well, singing in that little song as well. So it was one of those really, you got to be there, and it just happens, and it's crazy fate type thing.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
I'm so very thankful, and to this day I'm so thankful to have been a part of that and still have a relationship with Michael, and just to be able to have worked with him extensively even beyond that. So yeah.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, in this past year, when his latest album came out, you were doing the promo tour with him for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until, obviously, a continued tour was to happen. Obviously, we know that that he decided to put a hold on that to be with his family and with his son and all of that. But
thankfully, he's Lil Noah's doing a lot better, so we're very excited about that.
Great.
He's recovering very nicely according to most reports. So, I'm obviously. Best wishes and prayers to the Bublé family for sure. But
yes, from all of us too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was a wonderful time. Again, one of the coolest things about that opportunity was that we would all be in our room kind of getting ready, and he's not one of those, superstars that wants to be by himself. He's in there hanging out with us, making jokes. And, it was just an incredible experience for everybody involved.
Well, and I know that from other singers who have been here and have worked with different artists, people like Michael Bublé always come up as someone that all singers, band members, they all, speak highly of him. So
he's a real deal.
That's, it means a lot. It goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, because we were saying, you've kind of had a crazy couple of years here with just some random, amazing opportunities.
Very much so.
I know that you're a Take 6 fan.
Yes.
From your youth.
Yes.
Talk to us.
9 years old.
I mean, yes, from childhood up. I mean, we all are, really, I think. I can't find many vocalists who aren't fans of Texas, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I'm from Tennessee, so you have to be a fan.
Absolutely.
The fact that some of them have lived there for many years. So
Some of them still do.
And some of them still do.
Absolutely.
How did it come to be that you wrote a song for their last album, and then let's fast forward from that to you actually went on tour with them this past year as well. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, one of the coolest opportunities ever was to write for Take Six, and I was able to, I kept on being, it's persistence, honestly. Tony Huerta, who is one of Take Six's primary sound guys, I'm like, man, I had this song, I want to somehow get to him. And he's like, he's like, send it to Alvin. And I sent it to Alvin, he actually really enjoyed it. And then it somehow got played for Mark as well. Both of them very much enjoyed it. And so they started getting into the production side of the record, and I was still in the conversation. And honestly, Alvin was my champion for the song. He honestly was the guy who was like, guys, this needs to be on the record. And I'll never forget the day I get the call. It's actually shortly after Christmas. I knew they had recorded it, but I didn't know if it was actually going to make it. And he sends me an email saying, hey bro, Merry Christmas. And in the email was a copy of the cover art was going to be on the album, and the song was listed there. And I'm in some record store. I started crying. I just broke out. That was one of my very good friends, and I showed him the email, and I just started getting emotional. I mean, it's one of those things where, again, 9 years old, I heard "Trust in Me." I was like, what? And these guys blew my mind, and to then be able to come alongside them and to create anything with Mark Kibble, obviously an incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, his talent knows no end. And then I think it was later that year, in February, I get a call from Mark. He says, hey man, are you around these dates in July? I'm like, yes. I hadn't looked at my calendar. I was going to be around.
I don't know, but yes.
And actually, a couple times prior to that, I had gotten asked if I could come in and sub for Christian, who had another obligation that he had to attend to, and I wasn't able to. So I thought, opportunity lost. Mark calls again. I say yes. What was supposed to be what I thought a 3 or 4 day run turned into an almost month-long run. They're just filling in for Christian. And I got to travel to Japan and all through Europe, get lost in Paris, miss a flight, have an adventure, and have to get a chance to really get to know these incredible men that I've looked up to and obviously had extreme respect for such a long time. And to know that when you pull the curtain back and you actually see what's really in their hearts and spirits, it's just 6 incredible guys, that are truly about what they are. They are practicing what they preach, and to be able to have to be in that very small fraternity of people who've been able to sing alongside those guys. I mean, nothing. Yeah. It's one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had, and I'm not entirely sure. I have to pinch myself sometimes and make sure that I was actually there.
Yeah. At
Blue Note in Tokyo, like singing with Take Six. This is crazy. So.
It's the memories that will last a lifetime for you, for sure.
Truly.
Well, and two, I think it's just interesting because for you, the fact that you have, you've really kind of floated in all these different worlds, because as a songwriter, because some of the folks that come through here are songwriters, but for the majority, most of them are not. But I love that you have that, behind you. And then also, obviously, you do the studio work here in LA and do things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting with you as well for longevity. I was just watching a video recently from a gal that was here, Nayana Holly, and she was talking about the importance of realizing in the seasons that maybe you're not on tour or not on a TV gig or something like that. She's like, I'm singing at a wedding this weekend, and it's with an amazing band, and it's a great group of friends, and we're having a great time, and we're getting paid.
Yes.
And she's like, that's what you do.
That's one of the best parts.
When you're not on a world tour. And, you know, and I feel like you found a way to do that as well with singing in corporate bands and things when it gets tight in some seasons of life. But yet you were with Michael Bublé, you know, the week before. You know?
It's a very humbling thing. Again, I've been able to learn from a lot of very, very wise people that at the end of the day, we have so many different opportunities and so many different veins in this and lanes in this industry to pursue. I had no idea when I came out to Los Angeles in 2009 that I would do anything more than write. I thought that my voice was not really going to be anything I could ever really truly showcase. And then fast forward 7, 8 years, I'm still here, and I'm doing arguably way more singing than I'm doing writing because of opportunities that, whether it be singing on a jingle or singing for a television show or what have you. I mean, all these different things that I never expected to. I get phone calls from home saying, "Did I just see you on this television show?" But like, yeah. And I never saw that coming. And it's one of those things where I just had to take the limits off, had to take any type of boundaries that I had set for myself, thinking that I was only able to do X. In fact, that there was way more opportunity out there than I ever thought in this industry. And I'm so grateful for every single one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, we're so glad that you came by the Black and White Sessions.
And thank you so much again for having me. This is again an incredible platform that you've made available to so many singers who need to be heard. And it's one thing I enjoy watching every single time you guys release a video.
Well, and you're worthy to be right there next to them. So
I appreciate it very, very much.
All right. Well, we'll hope to see you again soon. Okay.
Hey, I'm here.
All right. See ya.